Okay, so I'm watching the game here, and no, I'm not doing a live stream because honestly, you guys would be bored to death watching me during this game. I'm not reacting. I'm not celebrating. Nothing. There's not even a reaction when there's a goal because until a good game is over, I don't relax. So we're having this debate again, and I've seen it talked about on TSN and Sportsnet. Now players want to change the format back to 1 versus 8, and it'll be more fair. And now Don Cherry's talking about 1 versus 8. It'll be more fair. What are you guys talking about when it comes to this season? And Don Cherry just said we won't have division winners out anymore if we go back to 1 versus 8. We've got to go back to a fairer system. Okay, East or West, I should say. We'll start with the West. Team number 1 is Calgary. Team number 8 is Colorado. Team number 2, if you don't give the division winner number 2 would have been San Jose. Number 7, Vegas. Number 3, Nashville. Number 6, Dallas. Number 4, Winnipeg. Number 5, St. Louis. If you're going to give Nashville the number 2 spot because they won the division, they would have played Vegas. San Jose would have played Dallas. But there's a lot of people who say, well, winning your division shouldn't mean a top spot. They should do it like the NBA. All right. And in the East, Tampa Bay would have played Columbus. What are we talking about here? Well, you won't have this. Yes, you will. You absolutely will. Do people watch my videos or not? Boston would have played Columbus, Washington would have played Pittsburgh, and the Islanders would have played Toronto. And I'm sure that Toronto fans are frustrated at playing Boston, but believe me, the Islanders, I think, would have taken Toronto out. The Islanders with home ice as well. Oh my God, I don't, how are we still having this debate? How do I see this debate? Now, if Washington had got second spot because of the fact that they were a division winner, Washington would have played Carolina and Boston would have played Pittsburgh. So those are the differences. That's it. And the concept that we're going to have a system where the first place teams automatically move to the second round, put in a bye system then. I don't know. We had that back in the 70s. Bring it back in where teams get a bye into the second round and then they'll get knocked out in the second round anyways because they've been sitting around waiting for a team that's still fresh. It's sort of like coming off of Game 7s. There's talk about, oh, these teams are really going to be glad to get a team that's coming off of Game 7. Not necessarily. I was doing the math during the summer and I ended up falling out and doing something else. But in general, a team coming out of a Game 7 is not vulnerable as much as you would think against a team that's had a lot of rest. It's just not a thing. Once Game 1 is finished, you're good. Both teams are equally tired for the most part. You may have an advantage when it comes to injuries, but really, I can't believe we're having this debate still. And you know, oh, they're talking about changing the format. Oh, we got to change the format. We got to find a fairer format. Just say it for what it is. We don't think it's right that a team gets 120 plus points in the regular season and goes out in the first round. That's not fair. If it's not fair, here's what you do. Have Tampa play better. Find a Tampa fan that says, oh, it's not fair, we're not playing right now. Because most Tampa fans I've seen in the comment section here on Discord or just in general, they've all said the same thing. We didn't play well enough to move past the first round. We stunk when we needed to be good. We're sitting at home. We deserve it. Calgary, same thing. Calgary didn't play well enough to beat Colorado, a team with 90 points, a team that finished 17th overall in the National Hockey League. But yes, by all means, let's change it to a 1 versus 8 system. That will fix something that isn't broken. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't. Because even 1 versus 8, and then people, oh, well, what about 1 versus 16? There's no way ever that NHL teams would allow that. You're not going to allow a situation where Vancouver in a first-round matchup would have to play the Rangers. In the second round, they'd have to play Florida, or vice versa. Where a team in Florida, let's say Tampa, has to play Calgary in the first round. Second round, they'd have to play LA. Third round, it might be like it just creates chaos. It will not happen. I don't understand. I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. Why we're trying to fix a format, not because it's a format that doesn't work, but because we're upset about which teams got knocked out in the first round. I'm sorry, that's the way the Stanley Cup playoffs have always worked. Go back to 1993 when the 4 teams that came out of the divisions were all third place finishers. All of them. And they won. You go back, it's not even that far to when we had a 1 versus 8 system, and there were plenty of times where the top seeds all got knocked out. I just did a video on it the other day. So, it happens. And it's been happening because in hockey, just because you win in the regular season doesn't mean you're a good playoff team. We've had that debate too about teams that are good regular season teams versus teams that are good playoff teams. Just like sometimes you have teams that don't do great in the regular season, but in the playoffs are awesome. Look at the Kings in 2012, 2014, and a couple of years around that where they were either in the conference final or they won the Stanley Cup. They weren't a great regular season team. They really weren't. But once those games mattered in April, all of a sudden they were damn hard to beat. Game's back on. I'm going to go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing right through. You just happened upon this video. Just stop. The whole format change thing is ridiculous. They're at least keeping the format for one more year. We need to stop having this argument now because there's no scenario that protects these poor teams with 120 points that lost in round 1. This poor Calgary Flames team that lost with 107 points to a team with 90 that they would have played if it was 1 versus 8. All right. I'll talk to you again soon.